So this class of herbs, the sedative herbs, especially the milder sedatives, are appropriate either for daytime use or for evening use. And they can just help a person relax during the day and help a person relax in the evening and prepare them to go into a better sleep that night. Catnip makes a nice tea or a tincture. Either one has a nice aromatic smell. That's the smell that drives cats crazy. And so this is a mild sedative. With this whole class I'm talking about now, sedative herbs, you have to find out for yourself how sleepy they're going to make you, because they can be useful either during the day or they can also be useful in the evening. You can take it as a tincture. Half a cup of the tea usually works more reliably. This is a nice gentle sedative. It's good for children, but for adults in a state of sleep debt, this is useful as a beverage tea during the day.
We are here in front of Catnip Nepeta cataria. Catnip, an herb that is famous for making cats euphoric and ecstatic. But catnip can also be used by humans. Catnip is a member of the mint family or Lamiaceae family, and the leaves and flowers are used as a sedative for humans. You might say, well, that's curious because cats get all wacky when they smell and eat catnip, but humans get sedated. But you know, after the cats get wacky, then they have a very deep rest. I consider catnip to be a great children's herb. When my children were small and they were teething, or if I had to bring them on an airplane, I would give them some catnip tea or catnip tincture, and they would sleep peacefully for hours. It's a wonderful remedy for teething and colic, and actually very safe to use. It's an easy plant to grow, it likes shade, and when it's young and tender, you can use it like other members of the mint family, like basil, another mint family member. You could make a pesto with catnip or include it in your juices. However, if you're very sensitive, it may have a sedative effect. One time I made catnip pesto for a potluck, and one of the attendees went outside to her car and fell asleep on the grass by the sidewalk, and she slept there till the morning. So be aware of that.
Here in my yard I have lots of volunteers of catnip. It grows all along the barn because it likes kind of dry, sandy soil, and it takes advantage of the fact that the barn gets really nice sun and warm, gets hot roots, and so it grows very well. It's a beautiful plant, and it's got these heart-shaped leaves. It belongs to the mint family, and it's a very popular pediatric herb. It's thought of as a herb as a nervine or a sedating herb to help to calm. It diminishes pain and irritability, so it's used both internally to calm nervous headache, pain in the musculoskeletal system or the nerves, such as irritability, restlessness, and agitation. It's also used as an antispasmodic in the gut, in the GI tract. So for a child who has constipation, you may use catnip to help to relax the bowel so that the bowel can move along and move the feces out. It's also used for any type of stomach pain, menstrual cramp pain, and as well as promoting sleep, diminishing headache, and irritability throughout the nervous system. I really like catnip also used in my fever teas. I like to combine it with peppermint, yarrow flower, pearly everlasting, elderflower, sometimes lemon balm or meadowsweet. And it is taken as a hot tea at the beginning of an illness, particularly when there's a feverish illness. Typically with feverish illness with children, that will tell us that there's an infection there. And by supporting and promoting the fever mechanism, we support the defense mechanism that the child's body is using against the infectious disease. So you can think of it for teas and baths as a tincture. You can make a glycerate. It's one of the things we'll be doing this next couple weeks, is collecting this and making a glycerate from it, which is a sweeter extract than your alcohol tincture extract. Ooh, that sun is intense here.
Yeah, it's getting hot.
Catnip, which grows around old farms like this, has a distinctive, strong smell. We found it, actually there's a little den over here where the deer have been lying down. They like to sleep where there's a strong smell so that other people, predators, don't smell them. It's a member of the mint family. It doesn't have the best smell among the mints. All the mints are generally nervine. They settle the nerves. This was William Lasassier's favorite mint. He said it was the mint of choice when you didn't have a better idea and you just needed to calm people down, settle them. He says it acts particularly on the stomach, and he'd use it for hiatal hernia, for settling the stomach, for airplane trips where people were nervous, exam nervousness. It's used for babies with colic, and it's used when they draw their legs up, which is usually indicative of, usually if you have something going on with the large intestine, you'll draw your legs up like that. And then it's for children. It's been used by William and other people, children who kind of hard-edged or meanness in children. I remember one Irish herbalist saying, when there's trouble at home, you need catnip for the kids. Of course, it drives cats crazy. It has valerian-like compounds which act on cats as valerian does, and they can be cruel. And you see them the way catnip, and that makes them go nuts, like they're kind of overly catty cruel for a while, but it probably works their system into relaxes them. So again, it shows that some plants affect some animals more than others. It's got the square stem of a mint. I remember reading in a European herbal that said it's not used much because it's hard to find. Oh boy, that's sure not true in North America. It's from Europe, but it grows in old farmsteads like this always. Right now we're at Sunnyfield Herb Farm, and many plants I planted here, and this is one that was already growing here.